Good morning, natural gas. It's Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026. I'm Tim Beggins, president of Elk Trading Company. And today, for the spot May contract, we're currently up. We're up to 274.10, up 4.4 cents or over 1.63%. And as you can see, we're pushing above the 13-period exponential moving average, and the RSI is still pointing higher. So we'd like to see this continue to move up, but we've got storage tomorrow. NGI is expecting plus 94. That's against plus 77 last year and the 5-year average of plus 64. Let's turn to the LNG market, and here is that boat loading up at Golden Pass for their first export cargo. That's right, it's sitting out here, and we'll keep a careful eye on it because out at sea is the Sea Eagle. It's sitting out here. Where is it? It's out here somewhere. There it is. It's sitting out here waiting for the second cargo. So that will be interesting to see how long it takes to load the first boat. And here's Golden Pass right now, still steady at 355,000 MMBTUs going into the terminal. This is good news. It's stable. That's very, very important before it starts to ramp up. Bloomberg had this ramping up by July, and that would be get up to about 800 to 850,000 MMBTUs. Our other top story is to watch is Japan. As you can see, continued aftershocks here from that major earthquake the other day. We want to keep a careful eye on this because Japan is the second largest importer of LNG in the world behind China. And if it does suffer another major earthquake, they may take safety precautions on nuclear power plants, which means LNG imports would have to go higher in a very, very tight market already. How about the hourly chart? Well, we're currently well above the daily pivot today, which came in at 268.70. We're above first resistance at 273, and we've failed yet to get through second resistance at 276.40, and the RSI is still pointing higher at the moment. We'll see if this continues, but right now it looks like we're staying steady above the daily pivot, maybe pinning it around 273. May see some profit taking late in the session because that storage report tomorrow is going to be bearish. How about the front to back spreads? Well, they're turning higher. This is the Jan versus the October spread. It's up 1.8 cents here to 1446. And right now, as you can see, the RSI has turned to the positive. So we'll look to see if this can continue to gain some strength here, because as the Iran war continues, the premium comes back into the winter strip. We're going to see that right here. The Novi through March strip continues to move higher. The RSI has turned to the positive. We're now above $4 level. We're currently trading at 403.40, up 4.1 cents, over 1%. What's going on? Well, the Iran war ceasefire has been extended. That's right. Well, it was Taco Tuesday. What do you expect? How about the weather in the United States? Well, it's currently warm across Texas through the south for the moment. And as you can see, this continues to extend as we get through the forecast period. But then cooler temperatures start to come in from Canada and push this warmth out to sea. And then we build back up again late into May. And let's turn to the anomalies. Oops, excuse me. Here, this is the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook. And as you can see, that's that below normal temperature here coming in late in the month here of April into May. And above normals are just hanging around the U.S. Gulf Coast and the Pacific Northwest. Let's turn to the anomalies. And this is the anomaly. As you can see, that warm temperature from West Texas all the way back to the Northeast. Yeah, it's above normal. But then for the end of the month into the first week of May, as you can see, it's colder than normal. And this extends into the second week of May, and then it warms back up again for a more seasonal pattern of warmth through Texas, all the way back up to the southeast and all the way into the mid-Atlantic states. How about Europe? Well, this is the cooler weather, as you can see right now. This continues to get some cold temperature from Russia as it pushes trying into the east, eastern part of Europe, and then it comes in from Scandinavia, and this keeps things cool across Poland, and all the way down in toward Greece. And as you can see right here, this stays kind of cool all the way through the forecast period. And this is April the 30th, right at the end of the month. And as you can see, that continues to be colder than normal right now as it looks to push eastern Europe and then all the way down again into Greece and Turkey and then all the way over into France. And then all of a sudden you can see even more cold comes in late in the period here for France and Germany. How about storage? Well, the EU storage continues to push out above 30%. And as you can see right now, we are above the minimum for this period, but it is continuing to be fairly low at over just about 30%. And let's take a look. You can go and scroll into the Netherlands here on Chios European Gas Analytics. And as you can see, the Netherlands had made a new minimal low for storage. It continues to inject gas and will continue all the way through into late September and early October. How about Asia? Well, this is the cooler temperatures coming in around May the 6th here, comes in through Mongolia and then starts to push a little further east as we get into the forecast period, keeping things like Beijing, the capital city, right here a little bit below normal. But along the coast down here in the eastern provinces, that's warmer than normal. And that includes parts of Japan. And here's the U.S. nuclear outages. Unfortunately, they haven't updated yet for the 22nd, but as you can see from yesterday, it was over 21.8 gigawatts. I would expect that to be fairly the same for today. How about ERCOT? Well, here is the combined wind and solar. We had a lot of rain. It's overcast and wet here in Texas. So the renewables have been a little bit disappointing for the last 2 days, and that will continue today. We're only getting up around 34,000 for renewables, that's solar and wind, and that puts more of a bid under natural gas. What else is going on? Natural gas production is down around 107 BCF. Why? Pipeline maintenance. They're really overdue to do some more pipeline maintenance, and it's happening, and that's pushing natural gas production down. That includes places like Appalachia. What else is going on? Here's the Saharan air layer. Again, this is pushing towards South America. As you can see, some of it is actually moved up into the North Atlantic, but this prevailing winds is pushing it into South America. Later, this will push a little further to the north and head toward places like Texas. As you can see, if we scroll down here, our named storms start out with Arthur and then Bertha. That will be the June 1 Atlantic start for the season. And the Colorado State University has expected to be 13 named storms, 6 hurricanes. Of those 6 hurricanes, 2 will become major hurricanes. That's pretty much just slightly below the average of 14, 7, and 3. How about our stocks? Well, with things rebounding across the equity markets, everything is moving up. CNX behind me here, up 1.32%. Everything is in the green. Thank you very much. And to recap here again for the spot May natural gas contract, which expires on the 28th. Options expire next Monday. So right now we're currently trading at 273.3, up 3.6 cents or 1.33%. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.